Yo, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Rikar here, and today, guys, we're going to be breaking down what is better, the M16 or the AUG after the most recent hotfix that brought the agency suppressor back to its previous dominance. As we know, before Season 2, the M16 was absolutely taking over the meta, one-shotting people basically across the map or two-bursting them 100%, and the AUG was little to be talked about at all, but with Season 2 coming out, they buffed it. And everyone saw without the agency suppressor that the AUG was still very strong. But when you add that agency suppressor back on, it makes it even stronger. So I'm going to show you guys a couple different builds that I ran in today. I played for like 5 hours tonight. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of gameplay with each build. I'm going to talk about each build and overall tell you which one I think is better for each. Like, they're both very viable guns, and not everyone's going to want to use the same exact one. So I'm going to show you guys what you guys should be running on it and who it's going to be ran for. So let's jump on into this, guys. It's a little bit different video than I normally do, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you guys do like this kind of video, make sure you guys do like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to find your way back. I'm always keeping you guys on top of the meta. And comment below what you guys think about these two guns right now, because I know this is going to be a very interesting topic going in the next couple weeks. And I think I already figured it out, but we'll see what's going on. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to talk about builds here to start. I know this is probably the most interesting thing for most people, so I want to hit it at the beginning for you guys. Hope you guys watch to the end, but if you don't, I'm going to show you guys the best builds in the game right now for this gun and every other gun here. So I actually want to touch on this, guys. So I threw the agency suppressor back on the FAR tonight. I think we found a lot of good builds without this, but I think this is still going to be the best build going forward because the medium range on this is phenomenal. You can do some of those shorter range builds that we were running without the agency suppressor, but when you're combining with the AUG and the FFAR with that build, it's just scary, guys. Like, you can use either or at medium range, really depending on what kind of fight you want to take, and it's disgusting. So that's the loadout of choice, is AUG with the FFAR right now, because like I said in yesterday's video, there's absolutely no gun that can counter the FFAR right now. The kill time is just ridiculous. So the big one here, guys, is the strike team's back with the agency silencer, because these two together equal out to 1100 bullet velocity. So if you don't know 1100 bullet velocity, it's one of the highest in the game and absolutely ridiculous. It's going to get nerfed 100%. No other gun has this kind of bullet velocity. But honestly, when the bullet velocity gets nerfed, if they don't take off like damage range or anything like that, it's still going to be really good. It's going to be harder to hit your shots. If you don't know bullet velocity, it's like tracking people is a little bit tougher. So the multi-zoom here has made it very easy, because you get a 2 times and a 4 times to really just dominate medium and long range. And it has, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, guys, but when you're on like the 2 times scope of this, there's 0 recoil, and you can just ego challenge everyone. And if you have a good shot, obviously, if you shouldn't ego challenge everyone if you don't have a good shot, but you can literally just ego challenge everyone. If you're watching any of the Toronto tournament this week, literally you just have people like Super Evan just like ego challenging out of their mind, because they're hitting headshots. Because if you hit a headshot, you can 1 burst sometimes, and other times it's guaranteed 2 burst from basically any range if you do sneak in a headshot. So it is ridiculous right now. This build right here, it's just elite. There's nothing else you can really change on it. I've seen a couple people running the speed grip on it, but I don't know why you would run it. To be honest, the field agent gives you better recoil control, and I've seen a couple other people just running the 45 round drum. I've seen people running this. I tested both of them out, and honestly, as like a high level player, I did not notice any different between the two. So I would say run the 54 round mag and just run it with that, because you get a little bit more ammo. Why not? If it feels exactly the same. So that's the AUG that I would run right now, guys. Some people are still running the 3 times scope on it, but with this multi-zoom on this gun, I would 100% run it. It's just like ridiculously good. You can still run it though. It's just preference really at the end of the day, but don't miss out on this multi-zoom. It's really good. Try it out if you haven't. Then we have the M16, guys. So same thing with the FFAR, but the M16, guys, it was elite before Season 2, and it's back. In my opinion, I think this gun right here, we have the same build that we were running previous to Season 2. So Season 1, obviously. This build right here was starting to take over the competitive scene, because you were just 2-tapping people all over the map. Like, you weren't really getting 1 burst, because the recoil pattern is kind of like your first bullet goes low, second one goes medium, and third one goes high. And realistically, this gun here, guys, I think it's easier to use than the AUG for most people. So if you're a high level player, I would probably recommend using the AUG because it has a tighter bullet spread, and like you can really be super accurate with it. But this gun here is just easier to use for most people, because if you're just aiming like medium, like just middle mass here, it's gonna sneak a headshot in there every once in a while, and you're just gonna destroy someone, because if you hit a headshot here, it's an automatic 2 burst as well. I think both of these are very good. It only comes out to a 960 bullet velocity with this build, but it's still absolutely elite right now. I think these are the 2 best guns going forward. I would probably say the AMAX if you're looking for an automatic weapon, but these 2 are going to be the 2 best weapons going forward 100%. So let's jump into a little gameplay so I can kind of talk you guys through a little bit of what makes these guns so good. Alrighty guys, so you guys are going to see in this clip here how strong the AUG is right now, and why it's so much better than most weapons in the game is just because you can use it at a medium range and absolutely destroy people. And in this clip here, it just shows you guys exactly the strength of the weapon and how much you just cannot counter it if someone gets first bullets on you with the AUG, because there's no way you're turning on me in this fight. So let's jump into the clip and break it down a little bit. Team. So first off, you guys see how fast that guy died? I had 3 bursts, but like there was nothing he could do. The second I started shooting at him, he just kind of froze in place. Yeah, he might not have been the greatest player in the world maybe, and that's why he froze in place, but you just take so much damage so fast that if you're not an experienced player, they're not going to know what to do. This gun is so strong. Let's let the rest of this clip play out, and you guys get to see again how strong this is.
Team, my bad. I'm glitched on the fucking... Damn. Why did I only see 1 guy out of those 4?
Full cracked. Automatically full cracked right there. Just from 1 simple burst. He might have already had 2 plates or something, but automatic blue full crack right there, and I barely touched him. I felt like I hit the back of his body. So let's see how it plays out.
Hey, he's like right to the left, Rick. Top left here.
Oh, I got beamed.
God, that gun fucking move.
There's no counterplay, guys. There just isn't any counterplay that you can even think about using in this. And as I knew, that guy was probably already in a weak spot. So I made sure to line up the headshot on the first guy. And then the second guy tried to contest me. Wasn't even able to get a shot off before I basically killed him in 2 bursts. So that shows you how strong this AUG is right here in like the short to medium range. I'll have another clip here to show you guys how strong it can be at long range as well. So let's show you guys that next. Alrighty guys, so these are some pretty long range shots here I'm about to show you with this gun. And the AUG, yes, it's a 3 burst is never going to be ideal at like long range, because it's very hard to predict like bullet spread with a 3 burst. So you're not always going to hit all 3 bursts, but like this medium to long range I'm about to show you guys, just watch how deadly this gun is right now. And this is where I think it's going to get nerfed, because just watch how much damage I'm able to put out in like 6 shots here. So let's watch it. You're in there on your own, bro.
They are built up. All 3 of them.
I'm gonna go down probably. So I didn't get the kills there, guys, but I just blue plated 3 of them. Like, if my teammate didn't literally send the helicopter in there and die right before that and waited a little bit, we probably would have been in a perfect situation for him to clean them all up. And like, the AUG is a perfect combo to good teammates, and that's why the 3 burst meta is so strong right now. I think, yeah, you can do solo squads with it and like really go wipe down some teams and do some wagers, but if you're playing with a group of people and you have a 3 burst, it's kind of like the DMR meta, where if everyone had a DMR, someone was going to hit their shots. So if someone on your team is running the AUG with you, or you have multiple AUGs on your team, if there was a second AUG there with me, we'd kill all 3 of those guys right there. So you guys can see how dangerous that gun is at that medium to long range as well. So let's jump on into the M16, guys. I have a few interesting things I want to talk about with this gun. All right, you guys. So this game, I ran the M16 with the multi-scope just to try it out. I was like, maybe it has no recoil on the M16 as well. I was wrong. The recoil on it is horrible, considering like the 3x scope has almost no recoil. And you guys will see right here that you should not run the multi-scope on it because it's just not good, guys. We have a guy right here running across the open. I have stopping power. I was able to hit him, but did you see how much the gun went up and down? Like, that recoil was uncontrollable when I zoomed into the 4x. So I would not recommend this scope. I went and changed it to the 3x, which I'm going to show you guys now on how good this is and how much better it is in comparison to the multi-scope. We have a very open fight here in the middle of airport, which no one wants to be in. But since I have the M16, I'm able to absolutely do so much damage and help my team out a bunch here, because this gun with the 3x scope, very minimal recoil and very easy to hit your shots. Yes, the AUG could potentially be better in this situation just because of the accuracy, and I know I have good accuracy, but for a standard Call of Duty player, say you're like a 1 KD, I'm like a 2.5 KD. I'm not like the elite of the elite, but I'm a good player. Like, my strength is my aim. If I was a little bit smarter, I'd probably be like a 3 or 4 KD. But, you know, small brain, it's an issue. But guys, this gun right here, you're going to see how much damage it does in a very quick time. And I think I even mount in this clip maybe at some point to show you how deadly it is when you get mounted. Yeah, right here in front.
He came out.
He's a 1. Got that kid?
Nice. Airstrike.
That's a loadout right here.
Titan down, they're down.
You down? So you got to see a little bit there. I missed my shots on the first guy on one of them. I hit almost every shot though, and the guy was moving pretty decently. So I was able to full crack him, take him kind of out of the fight, and my teammate right here actually just finished him right as the clip ended. I was able to kill that guy. I was able to get that last shot. And that's what's so good about these 3 bursts, guys. That guy running across the middle, I was able to get the last shot on that guy and finish him for my team and like down him. And then I was able to mount there on the guy on the loadout and hit the first shot immediately because I knew which direction he was going to run. There was no way he's running left. So I was prepared for him to run right, and I was able to full crack him right away. Unfortunately, the airstrike went through and I wasn't able to finish the kill, but I think if that airstrike isn't there, we probably get that kill too. Alrighty, and then this is going to be the overall weakness on both of these guns if you ask me. Maybe if I play a little bit more with these 3 bursts and figure out the bullet velocity, since there's the first night of me using the HE suppressor back on it with the strike team, maybe I can predict the bullet lead a little bit more, but it is very, very tough to hit people in cars with 3 bursts. The bullet velocity just is a little funky, and obviously as you're shooting ahead, you're dragging the bullets with you, so the bullets are spreading out a little bit more than you'd want on these 3 burst guns, and I've kind of noticed that over time, they are a bit harder to use when it comes to aiming down sight and tracking people that are moving, people coming from the sky, people going in vehicles. So not specifically just to the M16 on that goes for both the AUG and the M16. There is times that I am like, dang, if I had my AMAX right now, this guy's dead. So that is one downside of these guns, guys, and I think it's always good to look at positives and negatives of every gun so you can find which one works with your play style the best. Alrighty, guys, so we had this team kind of holding us here, and they didn't know where we were exactly because we were rotating, and we know they were holding us for like a while. We had to like rotate super wide, and they kind of knew we were here, and so they're playing on head glitches with snipers. So if you guys haven't tried mounting with the M16 or the AUG, there's a 0 kick, which makes it an automatic 3 bursts, 3 bullets to the head. You're not going to have any recoil, and it's ridiculous, guys. This is something that I think is a huge issue with the weapons and why they are so strong. Watch this. Just watch. A down one. No recoil. It didn't even finish the full second burst before it was dead. Like, yeah, I hit him right in the head, and you're never, like, that's just a perfect situation. But that shows you how truly strong these weapons are. Like, that was long range mounted. Like, no other gun in the entire game other than a sniper can do that. And it has a bunch of other strengths on top of that. So, in my opinion, this makes the guns absolutely insane when you mount them. And that is another thing that works for both guns. So this right here, this clip shows you guys exactly why the M16, in my opinion, is very easy to use. You just basically aim at them, aim center mass, and you're going to sneak a headshot in every once in a while. And it does crazy damage at short, medium, and in this video specifically, long range that no other guns in the game are doing right now, and how fast they die and how easy it is. Just watch how easy this kill is. This guy's long range too.
I got him.
Sorry, here.
Nice.
So, guys, that right there shows you guys. I ended up headshotting the guy. And honestly, when you looked at when I was shooting, I was about hip level. If you wanted to rewind and slow it down, I was about hip to medium, like somewhere in mid-mass. And it snuck up and got a headshot to finish it off. Like, it's very simple to use. And the M16 strengths are right there in that clip. That's a long-range fight. And I basically 3-burst him across the map. And I don't even hit him in the head on purpose. It just ends up hitting him in the head. And that's why it's so good. Alrighty, guys. And in conclusion today, guys, I think that the AUG with that multi-zoom is probably just slightly better than the M16. The M16 is just an easier gun to use, in my opinion, because in most people's situation, not the top 1%. Top 1%, I think the AUG is just better for in general because it's almost zero recoil and they can hit their headshots. Like, they can hit their shots. M16 is just right below it. Aim, center, mass, and you're killing people just as fast as the AUG is, but you're going to sneak a couple extra headshots in there every once in a while. So I think you could go with either one or the other. I think high-level players should be running the AUG. Medium-level players should be running the M16. And for low-level players like 0.5 KD and below or 0.8 KD and below maybe, I would probably stick to an automatic weapon. These guns, yes, you can practice and get better with, but if you can't track people with these guns, it's going to be very difficult. Like I said, it is harder to track people, and you can't go wrong with them, but there is better options for everyone out there. Not everyone plays the same. High-level players, AUG. Medium-level players, M16. Low-level, do whatever the hell you want. You're going to probably figure out something that works for you. But that's going to be it for me, guys. If this video did help you guys break down these guns right now, both very, very strong. I would appreciate if you guys did give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to come back, or you enjoy this video at all, and comment below what you guys think about these. Like I said earlier, I think these guns are both very good, and I would like to know which one you guys think is better, because I'm kind of like on the fence. Like, there's just certain situations that one's better than the other, which basically makes it balanced, but like, it's only balanced between two guns. So we'll see what ends up happening, guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.